So who have I talked to so far about presenting familiar projects? Raymond, you're one. Lily, Lucy. Okay, so, and you're number 4. Okay. So I think I've only seen 2, maybe 3 presentations where the topic is new. Right, Stephen, Chow potentially, and Charles. So, the 4 of you who have very familiar topics, you have a very different challenge. Okay, because Ted and I have seen all these projects before, Shiz has seen these projects before. You remember the exercise that we did when we were throwing research up on the wall and I was having you organize it, and I said, well, you know, if you're going to have a really good problem statement or if you're going to have a really good hypothesis, it might have some statistics in it or a quote in it, but if you really want a thesis level project, okay, you have to identify the ahas. So for all 4 of you, the ahas are missing for me. Okay, so I just sat through a presentation where really you did not share with me anything that I didn't already know. And I would be surprised if you learned anything from your presentation. Right? It's very familiar. So I think all 4 of you need to work on that. What is it that you're going to present in week 14? And I'm sure you're not the only 4. Okay, so for anyone else who's presenting a familiar project, you need to look at your body of work and discover something that is not familiar, that is not obvious. Go back to your, maybe it's 2, right, yeah, right there. If there's a product that can provide fresh ingredients for people's cooking and collect scent of fresh ingredients to stimulate people to cook, then people will be attracted by the fresh food and smell and enjoy cooking. I hope you didn't have to take 8 weeks to learn that, right? It's not a strong hypothesis. There's nothing in there that is new. There's nothing in there that's innovative. There's no ahas. So you need to go back and look through your work and find the things that are less obvious. That is what's going to make it thesis. And that is going to be what takes your project and everyone else who's got a familiar project and make it unique. And put it in a position where it's not going to just bore me, Shiz, and Ted, and Colin. Because he's seen a few of these too. So when you hear that word, dig deeper, like what does that mean, dig deeper? I'm starting to hate when I say it, right? But it's one of those words that's very common by panelists. Dig deeper, dig deeper. Okay, what that means, I've realized, is that you need to go discover something that's not obvious. You need to find the ahas. You need to organize your data harder. You need to do research and ask questions that are more stimulating and not so obvious. You need to look at the singular moments and not just the big moments. Okay, all the things that we did in class. The other guys that are designing a scooter, which I've never seen before, or a robot that's farming, or the fact that Charles has good graphics, it's a distraction from, and maybe it's less of a concern for you guys because you're bringing up a unique topic. But food and eating and cooking in the kitchen, I've seen that 10 times. It's at least once a semester. I've read it before, I'm going to read it again from the rubric, okay? May get into a new area in a known way, like robots in the ocean, okay? We haven't thought about that in the context, okay? Or a known area, like cooking, okay, or toys, in a new way. So it's one or the other. And if you're getting into the second one, like some of you, it can be hard. You have to look at something that's very familiar, cooking, eating.
in a way that we haven't thought about.
Thank you, Colin. Yeah, that's what that means right there. So, and we know that in class is the aha moment, right? And we all know what that is. We spend a lot of time talking about that. So you got to find it. You got to find it, and it has to find its way into your hypothesis or your condition statement or your possibilities, your directions. Some of these unique things need to be emphasized in your presentation. Okay, and that's the best advice I can give you, because I think you're going to present well. I think your graphics are going to be fine, but what you've shown so far is it's work that's already been done before.
I do have to point out that, well, yeah, graphic design, not my reality too. Lots of parameters. For instance, hypothesis. So, you know, that's I saw lots of problems.
All right, who's next?